5 things to consider when looking at replicating a project in another location are time, region, weather, soils, and building codes.
I'm Tom Boyle from Transwestern, and I'm here with Joe Pomerenke with ARCO National Construction Company. They are a Platinum SIOR sponsor. Joe, how do I take a deal in Chicago and to other markets around the country?
It's a great question, Tom. It's a question we get asked a lot as a national design builder. They say a box is a box is a box, and even though our distribution facilities look a lot between different markets, the costs can vary somewhat dramatically based on really 5 macro things. The first thing we look at is location. So if you're building in Texas versus building in California versus building in the Northeast, the cost can be dramatically different based on labor costs. The second thing we look at is really time. Your deal in Chicago was maybe last year in a time when steel prices and concrete prices were a little bit different. So we need to make sure we escalate to adjust for the appropriate time that you want to build the project. And then the last 3 things are really more on the engineering side. But we like to take a very close look at soils conditions. Obviously, clays behave differently than rock and sand, and they all cost a little bit different to build the foundations of the building. We also look at building codes. In places like California and Texas, they have state building codes that vary and are a little bit more stringent than national building codes. Also, over the last couple of years, there's been pretty dramatic changes in the energy codes. Things like seismic, wind, and what are our design conditions going to be based of? Obviously, a building in California is going to be a little bit different design load than the snow we get here in Chicago. So we take a look at all those things, and we can help translate one price to the other, make sure you're covered, and make sure you do the right deal.
So you find the single best result. Well, Joe, thank you very much. We appreciate your knowledge.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Tom.